sword.
Oh my god, guys.
Guys,
sometimes my mood is really doing a 360, okay? Also, Icy Hot, did you get my reference to the Black Eyed Peas when you went boom, 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 gotta get that boom, 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 gotta... Now, I technically say boom, boom, pow, gotta get that boom, boom, pow, Jack in my style, something and now. Oh, okay. Oh, look, LA Noir I've heard is good.
A trophy to them. Please find her and free her.
Okay. I see the vibes. I see the vibes, Dorito. Okay. Problemo solved. Problemo solved. No. Guys, just know that if I ever punch... Okay, guys, here's the thing. If you ever see me punch a monitor, it'll be my left monitor because that's the cheapest and the one that's breaking, so that's the one I can fix. I'm representing Twichty. Why do you need to resort to physical violence when you're experiencing rage? Guys, I think it's such a fair explanation to be Twichty. Why can't you express yourself in other forms of frustration? And the answer is very simple. There's nothing like punching a monitor, okay? Here's the thing. Screaming into a pillow, there's no satisfaction. Why? Because it's not giving me a reaction. I think sometimes when I want to punch my monitor, it gives the thought of my punching monitor, then reverses back is fire. Like that, those two connections just sound absolutely like, it's just like, that sounds amazing. Also, I'm gonna admit, there's something about being destructive. There's something about being destructive that's just a little satisfying. Guys, let's be very clear here though. Once I punch the monitor, I would then experience immense regret that would far outweigh any anger I experienced, because then I would have to get a new monitor, which would require me to spend new money. So that's why I would always highly, highly recommend not going down the destruction route. I got the whoopee cushion Mountain Wiz. Ooh, okay. Does it make fart noises every time you move? I will admit, that's pretty funny. I like it also because it's like a rubber ducky. I'm glad it's giant size, okay? Also, guys, just to give my little shout out for the umpteenth time, because why not? I'm more than happy to do it. King's Owl has they've released a new charity mount for a new charity organization. Once again, I have not double checked, but I would bet $2 billion that this charity mount is a 40% movement mount. And once again, King's Isle, I come to you as someone who says, King's Isle, if you want people to donate to charity, okay, for whatever cause it is, guys, I'm not even going to go into how if you buy a mount through King's Isle's charity donation, it allows King's Isle to donate money, which is a tax write-off for them. I'm not even going to explain how it's a tax write-off for them, okay? I'm just going to humbly say, King's Isle, if you want people to buy a charity mount, make it a 50% mount. Make it a 45% mount. You have to do something more than making a T-Rex with a shirt. Well, that's not true. They don't have to. They absolutely do not have to. But in my opinion, like, why would you not? Like, you change one number. Here's the thing. I will never, ever in a million years buy any... The only way I would ever... Here's the thing. If it's 1,000 crowns, I would buy a mount that makes me slower. That is the only case where I will ever buy a mount that makes me slower if it's 1,000 crowns, because I currently have 1,000 crowns that I don't have a use for. Otherwise, absolutely not. The gag is not worth it. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. Here's the thing. Some people might say, Twichty, you value the $5, the $5 too much. It's significantly cheaper. I don't think that. Dorito, unfortunately, I don't, guys, here's the thing. I would love to be wrong, but I don't think there definitely have been cheaper gag mounts, but not all the gag mounts are as cheap as you'd hope. Bada bing, bada boom. Especially for a mount that objectively makes the game unplayable. And here's the thing. I'm not saying you can't play the game at minus 60% movement speed. You absolutely can. I would question your sanity, okay? I would question... what's going on in your life that you choose to indulge in such self-torture. But once again, I'm sure someone's done it somewhere. And I won't lie, guys, maybe I should have done it as a YouTube series, because I bet that... But here's the thing, guys. No part of that... The thing is, it's not even interesting. Well, you know what it would be? It would be like a speed run with a... But it's just not interesting, because it's even like... Guys, if you... Here's the thing. The honest truth is, you know what's gonna happen, guys? I'm gonna do a little something called... I'm gonna flee this fight, and then I'm gonna come back. Why? Because honest truth, it's not worth it. It's truthfully not worth doing this fight because he E-freed me, and I just don't want to start with an E-freed on me. It's not worth it. I have zero interest. This isn't Baldur's Gate where I'm trying to, you know, be successful. I'm good. Thanks a lot, boss. Actually, no. No thanks. I don't want E-freed on me. It doesn't bring me joy. It actually, you know, it makes me angry. Guys, I really was trying not to say, I really was. I just, you know what? Here's the thing. You can't, if bothers you, I do apologize. Guys, Twichty, I'm not a silence person. Silence brings me almost negative joy in life. I think there's very few moments where I enjoy silence, except when I'm being productive. If I am being productive, and while streaming, I would technically say is a productive endeavor. It is not an endeavor where I am actively doing something where I should be silent. But like if I'm editing something, then absolutely dead silence. I love that. However, thank you, boss. Thank you. I'm glad that when I tower shield, you're gonna King's Isle, you know, here's the thing. King's Isle's punishing me. I get it. I pointed out something that I find a little silly that they do with certain endeavors, right? When it comes to certain charity events. They came back and said, Twichty, you're a loser and an idiot. Enjoy a comment that wastes your 80% shield. And I said, you know what? Maybe don't fight that. Guys, the only thing I deeply appreciate is the fact that he didn't put that shield on himself. Thank you, boss. Oh my god. Never mind. King's Isle. Here's the thing, guys. I acknowledge that my wrong against King's Isle, and they decided to pay me back by not letting the boss shield himself. What is this enemy? Is the enemy? It's Storm. Okay. I will say, if I can, do I have multiple? Guys, the issue is I don't remember if I have multiple converts. And because I don't remember if I have multiple converts, I can't. Bro, I can't. Here's the issue. The minion is going to do a lot of damage because the minion's a Storm minion, right? And I don't want to theoretically deal with that. But at the exact same time, and guys, this is why I brought Cleanse Charms, okay? Because you can't catch Twichty complaining twice, okay? If Twichty, I will not be caught looking the fool. Hopefully. That's my goal in life. And sometimes, I'm not going to lie, I am. But, you know, the goal is to obviously avoid that. And in this case, I feel like I kind of did. Oh my god, hey, Lightning Dragon. Hey. Please don't hurt me. Weak. Less than 1,000. How do I feel about minus 45% damage, minus 50% accuracy? You know what? Sometimes the game just wants you to believe in the heart of the cards. And sometimes I do, and sometimes I... Guys, all I'm trying to draw is a Cleanse Charm. Oh, game, let me believe in the heart of the cards, please. Also, guys, I did realize that the dragon is not going to be relevant because obviously I have a prism on him. Oh my goodness gracious. This game, guys, this game trials and tests me. Sometimes, you know, it's a thrive, and sometimes it really... The trials and tribulations. Speaking of which, guys, is anyone here a fan of Survivor? Now, before you get really excited, let me be clear, guys. I personally am not a fan of Survivor. And by that, I mean, I have watched a lot of it. Now, Survivor, I don't think is inherently a bad show. I just don't know if it's exactly as exciting as I think it is, because sometimes it just makes me mad. Do I ever want to go on Survivor? Theoretically, no. Because here's the thing. I think that I personally, I think I would do pretty well in the challenges. I think that I could survive off of the food, and I think I would do fine living in the wild, okay? None of those are my issues. I can fall asleep. Like, a lot of those things, for me personally, aren't really deal breakers. Where I find a deal breaker, guys... I can't deal with smelling bad. Okay, smelling bad is not... Now, I have listened to Survivor interviews before, and on Survivor, they say that you get used to the smell, but I really think that would take me out far faster than anyone could believe. Because once people start smelling bad, that's just not something that I personally vibe with. It's not something that excites me, not something that brings me joy. Smelling... And so, I just really think that's what would take me out, and I would just be like, guys, I gotta go. That, and also if my hair started feeling gross. Like, I just can't really handle feeling gross. Like, all those other elements, not a big deal. The feeling gross part, just couldn't handle. Or maybe I would get used to it. And guys, would I ever go on Survivor? Probably not. Also, because I could be honest, I don't think I would not be good at, like, the social deduction part of Survivor. Here's the thing. I can hit with a dragon and not do enough damage. The odds of me... Okay, the odds of me fizzling is just higher. Hello, Jesus. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful, wonderful Friday, Junior. How are you? We're gonna heal. We're gonna try to heal because the odds of me getting a heal off is higher than the odds of me getting a fire dragon off. So the reality was, no. Well, it's better. Here's the thing. Here's how it went. It started great, it went horrible, and now it's going back up because I'm streaming. Now, here's the thing. If I Ifrit and then next, how many pips? Okay, I have a satyr. Guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Ifrit the boss. The reason I'm Ifriting the boss, not that I know this is gonna do enough damage, but if it does do enough damage, and if it doesn't do enough damage, that's okay, because what is gonna happen is I'm gonna... I didn't crit. And I... Please, Gabe? No. Absolutely dog water, nothing, damn it. Hey, Zeus, I'm doing fine. I had a very frustrating editing experience where basically my edit was just not... I spent a lot of hours making something that objectively I'm not that happy with the end product, and that really sent me in a spiral. And now Wizard101 is trying me, Jesus. It's really trying me, okay? They're enjoying their little games a little too much, and I'm not, you know... I'm not here for it. I don't think I have another hit. I do have a heal. I don't think I have a prism. Guys, I don't know what's in the rest of my deck. Is it worth healing to try to live? No, we're just restarting. Of course I'm out of potions. Of course I'm out of potions. Hangs out. Just add potion vendors to every world. I don't understand. Hangs out. Add potion vendors to every world. Okay, you're stinky, you're lame, you're stupid. Okay, I just need a potion vendor. The fact that I have to go to the commons to get my potions is absolutely ridiculous. And I think the pet pavilion is not close. And guys, here's the thing. Normally, would this bother me? Absolutely not. I just do think that, you know, currently we are actually, you know what? No, this does bother me regularly. Why? Because here's the thing. I think sometimes, I think people are too forgiving. I did the theater in Genshin. I actually got really frustrated. I'm sorry that things are not going the way you wanted. Here's the thing. Jesus, nothing's actually going bad. Let's be very clear here. I got positive feedback on the thing I made. Everything is objectively going completely fine. That's so fair. The theater is a very annoying... Speaking of mechanics that are not player friendly, the theater in Genshin Impact randomly switches through the elements of characters. So it requires you to build characters of every single element in Genshin Impact, which is objectively a little stinky because that's a little annoying. That's annoying. Speaking of another thing, Wizard101 having potions, not in every single world, is also anti-player because it requires you to travel worlds to get potions, which is ridiculous. Like, the Abyss I like, even when it's awful, because I get to choose my teams. Oh, I agree. Abyss it forces me... The Abyss or the theater? I feel like the theater... You mean the theater, right? It forces you to... Because I don't feel like the Abyss... I mean, it kind of does, but not... Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. And guys, let me go on a little rant. Here's the thing. Guys, I still to this point... Here's the thing, guys. I'm young. I'm a young person, okay? If you don't think I'm young, well, that's rude, okay? Because I am young. There are many application designs and choices that many companies make throughout the world that I get confused by, right? And we always hear this concept, right? The search for money destroys things, right? The idea is like monetization destroys things, right? When money gets involved, the quality of products can decrease or things can be put behind a paywall, yada, 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 yada. I personally get confused because I find, and obviously, we don't need to get into it, but it sometimes mystifies me, like, the value of like happiness is not taken into account, which I just think is wrong. If you're like, the more joy you bring, I feel like the more excitement you bring. And so I get confused sometimes when products and guys, I'm not gonna start crying. I'm just saying that 2 Ifrits in a row is a rough one. Okay, 2 Ifrits in a row. It's guys, you know, every time that Ifrit goes bam, I feel a little bit of my mental thread that I'm hanging on by, okay? It's getting severed a little bit. Okay? Bam, severed, and guys, at some point it's gonna snap. If I get Ifrited again, I will snap. Guys, does a double hit use, you know what? You know what? We're gonna explore something. I don't know, does a double bird? Okay, game. Oh my god. We are the same age, so if someone says you aren't young, they're gonna catch hands. I appreciate that, Jesus. Guys. Here's the thing. The accuracy is my own fault. The accuracy in the fizzling is my own fault. 100%, I acknowledge that. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. We're fleeing. We're coming back. This fight, guys, I just want to make progress in Azteca. I don't understand how I'm so close to the end, and yet I'm the farthest I've ever been. Actually, I do understand. It's because these bosses have 19,000 HP, which is fair. I would objectively say I don't actually have a problem with the boss HP in Wizard101. I think this is objectively more reasonable because it's not that hard to do 1 billion damage. Obviously, Wizard101, these are dungeons. And so it's meant to have more than one player. Obviously, Wizard101 is experiencing something called a lack of a player base. Why do they experience the lack of a player base? Because they're a game that was made like 13 billion years ago. And the reality is MMOs are just not what they once were in terms of popularity. Also because no one wants to spend $10 a month when you can play another game for free. Like, and I don't blame a single person. Like, I can't blame anyone, right? You got Fortnite, you got Genshin Impact. Like, there's a million games out there that can give you a fair amount of content that doesn't require a subscription. Now, is there a single MOBA out there that's free? Yes, there is. There's Black Desert Online, which is now, mind you, Black Desert Online isn't like a perfect example, but it is also technically, it's kind of a MOBA. It's a little grindy. I do love BDO. I love BDO so much. Oh my god, guys. There is something about the mindless grind of BDO that brings me so much joy, and it's dumb. Oh, I started to play Fortnite today. Well, there you go. See, guys? And we lose another one. Rock on. Just kidding. I enjoy Fortnite, but I don't really enjoy Fortnite by myself. That's the thing too. Well, here's the thing about Fortnite. Fortnite has a battle pass. This is going back into the whole like be nice to your consumer base. Fortnite literally has a battle pass where once you complete it, you get enough premium currency to buy the next battle pass and to get other stuff, which I just think makes so much sense because it's just nicer. He doesn't have a Leon, though. Is that from... What is Leon? Is that... Oh, Leon Scott Kennedy from, I'm assuming, Resident Evil? Maybe? Oh, from Resident Evil 4. Okay. Yeah. I guess we can put a fan. I don't... Guys, you know what? No. I'm taking out the minion. I don't want to deal with the minion. I don't want to deal with the BS from the minion. We're moving on. How do you know his full name? Because Jesus, I'm a genius. Jesus, in what world would I ever have Googled it on another monitor and read it, but read it faster than you could see it and the delay caught us? That absolutely did not happen. What happened is I'm a genius and I know everything. Okay? Or you can ask the Cheese of Truth. Guys, don't forget, you can ask the Cheese of Truth. You know, I have to shout out the Cheese of Truth for a little bit at least. Crit block, thank you very much. You rock on and you stay strong. Yeah, y'all wish you could hit me. No, you can't. Now, I have a minus 40, but here's the thing, guys. Okay. KingsOwl is calling me right now. KingsOwl, hello? Hello, what's up? Oh, I'm gonna hit? Yeah, thank you, KingsOwl. Okay, they called? Thank you very much. Problem solved. Am I gonna be rich in the next 10 years? You're gonna be rich. You should ask the Cheese of Truth. You should ask the Cheese of Truth. Because I don't wanna be responsible for the answer, so you should ask the Cheese of Truth. Not that, and you're, you know, I would say yes. My prediction is yes. Emphasis on prediction. If you said yes, I was gonna say you're fake, so good call. Oh, well, never mind. I didn't say yes. Well, it's like a, you know, prediction. No, but Jesus, you gotta type in, you gotta ask, Cheese of Truth, literally type into chat, Cheese of Truth, am I gonna be rich in the next 10 years? And let's see what happens. Okay. We have a Cleanse Charm. Guys, we are maybe gonna stabilize. We have a few hits, so that works. Or maybe it doesn't work. Minus 80? Okay, you know, what in the Naruto Bleach instant step? Okay, so here's the thing. You're not, that, you know what I would say? That sounds like a good prediction. In my opinion, that sounds like the Cheese of Truth is saying that you are on the right track. Okay, the Cheese of Truth is saying, right? Those who wonder are not lost, right? You might be thinking, oh, my current path in life, my current choices, I'm feeling lost. You're not feeling lost, okay? You're actually going on the right path. Okay, whoa! Shot fired on the Cheese of Truth. That's crazy, Jesus. I can't believe you would say such horrible things about the Cheese of Truth. Cheese of Truth, please forgive Jesus for their ignorance. Here's the thing. If you don't like the Cheese of Truth's answer, you can always ask it again. Okay, I'm just saying that. But I think the Cheese of Truth gives good answers. I have no... guys, we're getting rid of this fire trap. Okay, we got a cleanse charm. I'm not using the cleanse charm because I don't think that this is how the boss works. But just in case the boss has a higher odds of Ifriting me if I don't have a minus charm on me, just in case King's Isle did that, which I don't think they did, we're gonna wait the turn before, you know, we're trying to keep ourselves safe. You know what's funny, Jesus? You know who Cameron is the one who had me add that to the cheese of truth. And you know what? Cameron, I'm gonna have to compliment Cameron when Cameron shows. If Cameron shows up, guys, I would never expect any of you to show up. I always hope you come to my next live stream, but no force. Yes, absolutely. And so hopefully I will be able to compliment Cameron on that. And if I don't remember, Jesus, if you're here, please say something as well. Oh no, not a comment. Well, guess what? Guess what? First and foremost, I think it's a little toxic that King's Isle has dinosaurs using comets. Okay, guys, imagine a pig ate bacon. That, in my mind, is the exact same thing as a dinosaur summoning a comet. Why, guys? Because the dinosaurs died from a meteorite. Okay? It's a little messed up, King's Isle. Think about your choices. That was good. Oh my god. Guys, sometimes Twichty's brain is locked in on fire. Guys, I'm feeling better. I'm feeling thriving. You know what, Jesus? I appreciate it. You made me do a giggle. You made me do a giggle. And guys, a little laughter never hurt nobody, okay? A little laughter keep that mood up. A little laughter never hurt nobody. We're gonna laugh our way to the top. That didn't sound like it rhymed. That sounded like it was a little... Wait, what was it, guys? A little laughter never hurt nobody. Nobody and top do not rhyme. Nobody and... Clop? I don't know. Guys, I can't rhyme, okay? Okay. Here's the thing, guys. There's a 1 in -1 billion chance. Oh, no, there's not. No, there's not. Guys, I don't think I have enough damage to take him out. I'm looking at his HP. I have to do 17,000 damage. I haven't... Okay. We are going to Satyr into Fire Shield into being fine. That is how it's going to work, okay? We are going to Satyr. Bada bing, bada boom. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do. And then we're going to jump. Boom, okay. Awesome, terrific. Then we're going to pull back. We're going to Fire Shield, right? This is going to give me 2 turns. Okay, so now they Fire Shield. Then we're going to second feint. Then we're going to hit, guys. Now, you might be saying, Twichty, is that Ice Shield gonna work? I honestly couldn't tell you. I do not understand the whole shielding to attacking thing, and so, fingers crossed it doesn't. That's all I can say. Fingers crossed it doesn't work. Maybe it will. I'm just gonna hope it doesn't. Plus 35, minus 80, minus 35. Here's the thing, guys. Here's my logic. I put the minus 80% shield on after the plus 35, and the minus 80 activated. So theoretically, in my mind, what's gonna happen is the ice convert is going to the ice shield is gonna get procced before the ice damage would happen. King's Isle, I'm calling you again, and once again, you know what happens. Thank you very much. Can never fizzle. Okay. Crit, please. I appreciate you. Okay, guys, we're golden and we're ready. Jesus, break it. And look at that, my logic even worked. Guys, sometimes my brain is just too good. Thank you. I'm gonna get the cat ears for my friend in Resident Evil 4. I'm gonna get the cat. Can I be honest? Here's the thing, Jesus, that sounds really exciting. I have absolutely no idea what that means. I need a little, I apologize, I just need a little bit of context. I'm really happy. I don't know if that means like you're gonna do an achievement for them. You're gonna buy them the actual cat ears. Okay. Well, that's all. Okay, then that's very sweet, Jesus. I'm glad you're using your skills. Okay, guys, here's the thing. Guys, everyone has skills. Meow. Hello, Dying Peach.
Endless thanks, magician.
Guys, I'm never doing that again. Well, you never know. Dying Peach, I hope you're having a wonderful Friday, Junior. How are you? I hope everything's going great. Guys, I just want to be... Can we just, like, please be done? I never need to do with... I'd pay for that. That's insane. He allows me to use his account for Fortnite, so I thought of doing this for him. Jesus, that's very sweet. That is very sweet. Guys, and everyone's wondering, yes, the new Purina... Isn't Purina a cat food? The new Purina cat food ad, I am the voice actor for the cat. Okay, the cat lost its voice. They called me in real quick. They said, Twichty, we need you to be doing your meowing. And I said, of course. We're so close, guys. We're like so close. We're just not there yet. Yeah, I know. We have another boss fight. We're gonna do this last boss fight, guys, and hopefully we rock it, we destroy it, we're a winner. And apparently... You know what, guys? Here's the thing. Do I want to fight Belloc? No. Do I want to deal with Belloc? No. Do I like Belloc? No. Is Belloc annoying? Yes. Is Belloc dumb? Yes. Guys, not me. Okay. Belloc, Twin Giants. I thought if Belloc does not take damage during a round, he'll interrupt cast Raw. If Wizard casts a spell on Belloc, his minion will cheat cast Triage on him. Triage removes 1 damage over time effect from the target. Now, Belloc, you're annoying. Guys, I'm really trying to think of an easy way to do this, and I don't have anything. So you know what, guys? 1 damage over time effect. One moment, guys. Let me do a little thinky think, okay? Let me look now. 150 over time, clear 2 shields for 100. That almost works, but doesn't. If you're wondering what I'm doing, well, guys, when you upgrade a spell, what happens is sometimes they get multiple dots. And if I have a spell with multiple dots, then that kind of solves this whole stinky lame thing. 180 to self. See, I can just hit with an immolate. Or I can hit with a salamander. Oh, but I don't have enough for immolate. Well, I can just hit with a salamander. Because a salamander is multiple dots. So then he's going to only triage 1 of them. And then that lasts me enough turns. The only thing is... So, here's my thought process, guys. Here's how we're going to... You know what? We're going to theory test this. Essentially, what needs to happen is I'm going to cast a billion fire cats. And then I'm going to have some salamanders. And then these salamanders should make up for everything. And whether or not this works, I don't really know. But we're going to give it a shot. Are you wanting to do it solo? Or I can hop in real quick. Dying Peach, if you want to hop in real quick and absolutely wipe the floor with Belloc, I do not mind at all. I would deeply appreciate it. Okay, guys, here's the thing. Twichty, guys, and you know what else? You know what? You're not going to appreciate the ads. Unfortunately, guys, I run ads at the top of the hour every hour. I run 3 minutes of ads. If you don't experience those ads, you can use a Twitch Prime or regular Twitch subscription to enjoy an ad-free stream, get access to awesome emotes, and support me. Watch me still supports me, and I deeply appreciate it. Unfortunately, I don't know if Dying Peach was caught in the ads before I said that. That's a tough one, guys. That's a tough one. You know what? You'll win some, you'll lose some. It's fine. I have a thought process here, okay? Guys, I don't think this is gonna happen. I don't think this is gonna happen at all. Okay, we got a little fire cat. At least we crit. You know what? There's that. 1,000 damage? Oh my goodness gracious. Don't mind if I do. And we don't gain pips. We don't gain pips because that cost me a pip. Okay, I don't have pip conversion. The strategy doesn't work. The strategy was that basically if I had pip conversion, it would save me. Guys, we're good. We're gonna go back to Belloc. We're moving on, okay? Because I don't think Dying Peach heard me, which is absolutely fine. I think for the best. Hopefully. Oh, never mind. Dying Peach did hear me. Dying Peach is here. Okay, you know what? Then never mind. We're doing this, okay? Guys, we're gonna take the opportunity while we can get it. We're gonna take the opportunity while we can get it. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Okay. Guys, you might be saying, Twichty, why aren't you selling Belloc? Because I don't want to deal with it. Okay, guys? I sold the dual boss. You can't complain. Well, you can complain. Honestly, more power to you. You know what, guys? Stand for your truth. If you want to complain, complain. Okay? Stand for your truths. I, for one, am going to stand for the fact that I want to beat this boss and get done with Azteca. Okay? I don't want to deal with no dinosaurs anymore. I don't want to deal with any prehistoric screams. Guys, I'm sick of the Meso-Eric. What is it? Mesopuric? Mesopotamia? Not Mesopotamia. Guys, what in the world? What? Dinosaur ages. Dinosaur ages. Triassic. Triassic. Yes, guys, that's what the dinosaur age. You all know the Triassic era. Jurassic and Cretaceous period. Thank you very much. I'm over them, okay? I want to move into the Arachnid period. Boom, foreshadowing. You better watch out. I don't really have anything else. You know what, guys? Honestly, while this is launching, let me go ahead and launch Marvel Rivals. We're just giving a little wait. Oh, weekly Nubby update? Oh, there's a patch? Holy banana sauce. Oh my god, hello! Yay! Oh my god, Dying Peach is here, guys. Guys, it's me and Jason Stormrunner. Why is Jason... You have a book? What in the friggity frack is this book? Also, it's kind of crazy they're launching in 8 years that you have membership, but I guess, Dying Peach, I'm grateful you have membership. Oh my god, hey, Jason. Oh my god, guys, look, it's a 170 Storm. Don't mind me, you know, I'm just getting casual support. All right. Guys, this time Belloq's going down. Why? Through the power of damage, okay? And here's the thing. I will say, I personally do not want to be carried through the entire campaign because I find that, well, I find that boring. I don't really find that exciting. However, sometimes, guys, a fight needs to be carried through. And also, guys, if you thought that I was going to solo the final fight of Azteca, you had something wrong with your brain, okay? I was never going to solo the final fight of Azteca. That was never in my wheelhouse, okay? I was not going to go through the effort. Longest 3 minutes of my life. That's real. That's absolutely real. What were we doing? Oh, Marvel Rivals. Oh, why don't Nubby's Number Factory is running? Guys, if anyone's never played Nubby's Number Factory, I highly recommend it. It's literally, I'm not gonna lie, I truthfully think it's the best $5 you can ever spend in your life. And I stand by that. 100% best $5 you can ever spend in your life. Highly recommend it. You should do it. Everyone should do it. I've got a Fate if you got a hit. I don't actually know if that'll do enough, but I kind of assume it will. If you don't think it'll... Alright, well, guys, now I don't know what I'm doing. I assume I cast the Feint. Here's the thing. I can tank a Raw. Jason Stormrunner can tank a Raw. Also, what is this wand? Jason Stormrunner has... Obviously, the Reaver. Oh my god, you have the Reaver? Guys, you know what? Maybe this is the day I do the dungeon. Because honestly, I've seen enough people do the dungeon where I'm like, maybe I should try the Reaver, the Nightmare dungeon. Do I really want to try it? No. But I'm just like, guys, I've never done the raid once, and I feel like that's kind of lame. You know, if I've played Wizard101, and here's the thing. I'm not gonna lie. Dying Peach, that makes sense. That makes sense. Ugh. Real Pierce. The joy of actually having Real Pierce. Absolutely nasty hit. Absolutely amazing. Obviously, there wasn't a crit there, which, you know, reduced the damage. And that's no one's fault. Guys, everyone gets performance anxiety, okay? Sometimes it's hard to crit. I don't crit every time. Look, I only have a 76% chance to crit. Or maybe that did crit, and then I'm just actually being a hater, but I don't think that did. I've got a little... Rawr, a cat. Yay. There was a crit, apparently. You just can't feint. Oh. What? Wait, why? But that's weird, because I guess the feint didn't get activated, but that's so weird that the feint didn't get activated, right? But the feint's there. Wait, how does that work, though? How in the world does that work with the feint's there, but then the am I going to use the feint? Oh. Well, there you go, guys. Okay, well, here's the thing. If you're going to blame anyone, blame whatever the rules are of the world, okay? And by the rules of the world, I mean... whatever source I use to find the sources to explain the thing that happened. But guys, here's the magical part, okay? For once in my life, oh, you know what I was complaining about? Wizard101 also it's like, and I still stand by this, and Wizard101 needs a solution. It's, you can, with all these dungeons that are required, I honestly think Wizard101, I don't know what they're gonna do. Because slowly and steadily, in my mind, every world is slowly getting depopulated, right? As the game grows on, less and less players play it, and there's more and more worlds, so the space in which you find player concentration is less and less. And because of that, you end up with more and more dungeons that are kind of empty. And because I don't have a Feint, I'm so sorry. And because you end up with more dungeons that are are emptier and emptier, you're creating these roadblocks. Now you might be saying, Twichty, that's KingStyle's entire point. Okay, you know what they do then? They pull a little bit of that shmoney, aka people are buying henchmen. Fair point. You know, and I don't blame them. But wand is from the Spiral Cup bundle. I did spend $40 for a Stitch, maybe. And here's the thing. Dying Peach, if that made you happy, do it. Okay, guys, here's the thing. I can't blame anyone for doing things that... I have spent money on dumb things to make myself happy. I'm looking around my room for a good example, and I've brought up my VR headset, which I still think is like a fair one. But what's a strong... Guys, you know what? But just to find out you can get a book one for free? Oh. Well, that's a tough one. A height type chat. A height type Twitch, a hat type Twichty. I don't know why I couldn't read that. Hello, Cameron. Hello. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful Friday, Junior. Cameron, you commented on the egg, and the egg went really well. Okay, the egg absolutely made me cackle. Jesus asked it, and it was an absolute moment and a half. Bada bing, bada boom. Crit, you're Dying Peach, you're a winner, and you are a real one for that one. 1,000 damage actually wasn't enough. Here's the thing, I have a hit. It's just like, I have a hit in like 10,000 pips. And so I'll be there. And until that moment, we're gonna get hit by, oh no, not Judge. Guys, this is like, I have to say, maybe I should rank all the spells in Wizard101 at some point. Because I will say Judgment has to be in the top 5 spells Wizard101 has ever made. Judgment is just such an iconic spell. It is, everything about Judgment is beautiful. It's thematic, it's exciting. Oh no, not Raw, what will I do? And you know what's not a thematic or exciting spell? Raw. Honestly, you know what? Here's the thing. I enjoyed part of Raw's spell. I think it could be more interesting. I'm gonna be honest here. You know what I think would be more interesting? Is if Raw just like... Oh, you know what would be cooler, guys? Imagine if the sun was up there and Raw... Like, the sun dwarfed Raw, but then Raw reached up and grabbed the sun and it was in his hand, right? So then he dwarfed the sun, and then he put the sun forward and he shot lasers. I think that'd be cooler. Okay? Because then it's like the power of a god. Okay. And you know what? I get it, Dying Peach. Dying Peach said, Twichty, I'm not gonna let you get the final hit. Okay. Why would I'm kidding. Dying Peach, thank you so much for the help. I deeply, deeply appreciate it. I really do. I really, thank you. Guys, just like that. Tomorrow, we're not gonna start on standstill. We're gonna start on progress. Thank you so much. Okay. I really do appreciate it. Guys, for once in my life, we're actually starting somewhere progressive. You know what spell's really sick? The Aztecan calendar one. I like that spell. I don't think it's like my favorite one on the planet, but I do like it. And I'm allowed to say that, guys, because I have a maxable myth. Okay, so, you know, say whatever you want. I have a maxable myth. Okay, guys, I'm locked in. I've been there. Okay, I got that as my level 10 spell and pulled it off multiple times.